Welcome to the TV and Tea podcast. I'm Adriana.
And I'm Selena.
And we are two sisters that have decided to let the internet into the conversations that we have about TV and pop culture over endless cups of tea. In our house, the reoccurring questions are, is it tea time? To which the answer is always
yes. And what are we watching? So pour yourself a cup and get ready to get into it.
Hey guys!
Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh my god, the vocal.
Welcome back to the show, guys.
We are back for another episode of the TV and Tea podcast. Hope you all are doing perfectly splendid.
Yes. How was your week?
My week was good.
I haven't seen you literally all week.
I know, you've been gone.
I know, I was MIA. I was like, I was like doing my thing. I was like out of the house. I was in the streets.
Okay, antibodies.
Yes, I've got that COVID protection right now. So I'm taking advantage. I'm not going out too much, but I definitely went and got litty this weekend.
Yeah, we're wearing masks and we're staying safe, but we're going out.
Definitely wearing masks.
We love that.
People still have the Rona and no.
More than before.
I mean,
isn't that weird to think about?
Yeah.
Right?
That we're so deep into this and we're still dealing.
And we're still getting into it.
I mean, at this point, there's nothing else to do. You just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That just reminded me of a tea story I want to talk about.
Okay.
We have good tea for you guys today. Let's get into it. Grab a cup of tea, chill with us for a while.
For sure. I'm very excited about today's episode. So start us off with your quote.
Okay, so my quote is from Sex and the City.
Okay.
And I guess it's a little bit of a follow-up from last week, or maybe my quote from the week before. I'm not sure, but it reads, I save my carbs for wine. It's called priorities.
Yes.
And,
literally.
We talked about our little workout kick, but I just need someone to explain to me how I can keep wine in my diet. Because I love it too much.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, right?
I was having this conversation with somebody. They're like, you don't really drink liquor. I was like, if I'm out, I drink liquor. At a bar, I'm not going to order a wine.
Yeah, definitely not. You're going to get a cocktail.
Yeah, but at home, which we are mostly, a wine, a beer, that's where I'm at. I never make a cocktail at home. It's very rare.
Sometimes. I feel like in quarantine, we were on a little cocktail kick. I was doing the homemade margaritas.
I was doing my old fashions, but that's not normal.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. So wine is, but wine is a lot. I literally think the weight I gained in quarantine was because of wine.
Honestly, same. And I thought about it and I realized when I used to bartend, I would always work at night, so I wouldn't drink every night. I would only drink when I went out, and it was cocktails here and there, maybe a liquor and soda type thing, because I was doing the club thing. But now it's a glass of wine every night. Those calories be adding up, girl.
You have a glass of wine every night?
Not every night, but maybe every 2 nights, 3 nights.
Oh, I don't drink that much.
But it's always just a glass.
Oh. See,
unless I'm trying to get into it and I'll have
that's my problem. I don't like to just have a glass of wine.
Oh.
I want 2.5 glasses of wine when I drink wine. So to me, I'm only going to do that once, maybe twice a week.
Oh, okay.
Because I get a good buzz.
No, I just feel when you work in the day and you get home at night and you don't have anything to do, I don't have a lot of homework this semester, all my assignments are spaced out. It's what else are you going to do? You're going to watch a show, you're going to have your glass of wine.
I mean, it makes sense. I get you.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I understand all the working people now. Just a little glass of wine, you're not doing too much, you're just vibing.
I understand that.
But it's not good.
No. There's a book about that. It's a book, I don't remember what it's called right now off the top of my head, but it's about women's, particularly relationship with just a glass of wine and how it's baby alcoholism, basically. It's
oh, it is. I know. I'm aware.
It's the precursor of acceptable like alcohol abuse. And they talk about that relationship and how we like glorify it and we turn it into like a social event and like the mindset and all of that. I'll find out the title of the book, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, but I feel like I'll read that and then I'll just feel shitty about it and I'll want to quit drinking, and there's like no need for that.
That's when you adopt like the French way of thinking and like Ingrid's way of drinking, where she is just like, you have your la piscine. You sip on it for the night. You have like one glass and you don't like beat yourself up for it. It's an indulgence. Life is for living.
You see, I'm just skipping the knowledge and going straight to the French way.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it. Like,
yeah.
That's why when I'm drinking, I want 2 glasses because I want to like enjoy myself. I don't want to be in that like non-drunk area. Like I want to enjoy the drunk while I'm drunk and then like move on.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just feel like when I do it, it's not for the drunk. It's for like, I truly do enjoy wine. I enjoy the taste of it. Yeah. Like I enjoy just like a little bit of relaxation. And this is like a little bit off topic and this is a long catch up, but I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast with Candace Owens. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, and she was talking about her relationship with alcohol, and she was like, you know, the most productive and successful people don't drink, so I don't drink, and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, but like, I hate people who don't drink.
Me too.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like people who don't drink. So that's the other end of it.
I just like people that can have a cocktail, relax, laugh, and like giggle with me and just like have a good time. And you don't need to be sloppy drunk all the time.
No.
But like have a cocktail.
Have a glass of wine.
Have a beer.
Yeah.
Like just pick your drink. Like even if all you drink is like a Corona beer, everywhere you go, just drink the Corona.
Drink the Corona, right? Even if you're just gonna order a White Claw because that is your drink, do that.
Same.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be one of those moms that like when the kids are all asleep, I'm gonna like FaceTime my friend and have my glass of wine and like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's me.
I don't know what kind of mother I'm gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be the mom that's like has the nanny come over and like goes out for a night of debauchery.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like every so often I'll do that. I'll probably be a glass of wine. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
who knows?
We shall see.
We shall see. Okay, so my quote is from Addams Family, and Morticia says, "I'm just like any modern woman trying to have it all."
Yes.
And that's just where I am.
Have we used that quote before?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just saw somewhere else.
Maybe not, hopefully. And I am just on my grind. Like, I'm trying to just be the baddest bitch ever.
Yeah.
Just be the baddest bitch in the room. And this week when I went out, I was just wheeling and dealing and networking and just... just doing the most. And I got so much work done and I got so much content shot for like my new website. I'm starting blogging again, guys. I'm posting every day on my Instagram.
So
follow me, XO Adriana Alicia. And I'm just like loving it. I just feel like, ooh, I'm in a groove.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, we're doing much better.
Much better. So let's get into the show. We have a quickie little show for you. Yes. It's only 5 episodes long, but season 2 is coming to, or I guess we should say part 2 is coming soon. Yes. Yes, we watched Lupin this week. And it's on Netflix if you haven't watched it yet. It's a French show. And it follows a man, Hassan Diop, and he is avenging his father's wrongful conviction of stealing from his employer and his eventual suicide. And he goes after stealing this, famous necklace that is owned by the family that his father used to work for. and he goes to steal it out of the Louvre, and he's like a master of disguise. It's like the French Black Ocean's 11.
Definitely. That's what it
One-man
is.
show Ocean's 11. He doesn't have a crew. It's like him and his one homeboy.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of like of James Bond, but like bad James Bond.
Yeah. Or if like Sherlock Holmes wasn't an investigator, he was like a bad guy. Yes.
Yeah, and it's he takes his persona from this book.
It's like a series of books.
Yeah,
Lupin.
Arsène Lupin, which is a gentleman burglar.
Yeah.
So, and I love this concept of like the gentleman burglar.
Same.
Like you're suave, sophisticated, like you're just a high-end guy, but you know, you're wheeling and dealing. You're doing some scamming.
Right. I love it.
It reminds me of Massimo from 365 Day Night. I just love like a hot criminal, but like high end.
Yes.
Not criminal like Grand Theft Auto. Criminal like we're stealing diamonds.
Yes.
Right?
Me too. I love this. It's very The Italian Job. It's giving what's that other one with the hot bald guy?
The hot bald guy. Is it the guy that's dating the model?
Yes, Rosie Hunting.
Yes, that guy.
That guy. What's his name?
Every movie he's in is like that.
Yes. You know, it's what is his name?
Is his name Strahan?
Jason Strahan.
Jason Strahan, is that him? I think it is. And he's driving. He's
the transporter.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving that kind of like European high end, just like I can wheel and deal myself into anywhere. I just loved it.
Yes.
And I thought the guy was so hot.
I feel like he is hot. He's hot in like his own little like way.
He's giving me Mahershala Ali meets Idris Elba, like that, like just like hot, tall, strapping black African man. Like I
love that he's tall. Like in every scene that he's with other people, he's always towering over them. Yes. I love it.
When he was in the suit and he was like walking away with the diamond and you just saw his broad shoulders on his back, I was like, I just want to mount him.
The thirst is real.
The thirst was so real. I thought he was very hot and he was like, just like slick.
Yeah, we love that.
I loved it. And he was smooth.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was so cute. I liked the entire concept. And then how they filmed it, how they kept going back and forth between his childhood and his past and present day. I love an interweaving story.
Yeah, me too.
And the way it played out, you saw bits and pieces. Like you saw in present day, like him reacting to something, and then it flashed back to like where that trigger came from. I just like loved how they did that.
Yeah, me too. And a lot happened in the later episodes that I really liked. I think this was the last episode that they flashed back to his wife finding out that she's pregnant. And then you see that at the time he was having an affair with the daughter of the main guy that he's going after. Yeah. It's like the plot thickens. Yeah. It's just, it's a really good show. I really liked how everything unfolded.
But I think it's interesting that in that scene when she tells him she's pregnant, he doesn't hug her.
Really?
He never hugs her or like kisses her. He just like announces it to the room. Like, in a part of me thinks it's like his character to be like showy.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Obviously very into you, but distant because he holds secrets and he requires that physical space and emotional space away from people, so he's able to like wheel and deal the way he is.
Oh, definitely. Wow, that does come across now that you mention it.
Yeah, even with the son, he's like, "Oh, I have a surprise for you," but he's not like he doesn't ever hug anybody, and I just think that's like, I don't know, that stood out to me. because he's so emotionally invested in clearing his father's name and figuring out if he was innocent or not. And he's very emotional about it. Like, he lets his guard slip multiple times. Like, when he kidnapped the lieutenant. And then he was like, tell me what you did to my father.
Yeah.
You know, you see the emotion come through in those places. And you can tell that, like, everything up until this point in his life has brought him to this place of just, you know, almost emulating his father in a way, but also thinking that he's totally different from his father.
Yeah.
And I just think it's, like, interesting how he, like, his emotions, like, seep through, but he is always keeping them at bay.
Yeah, it's a sense of showmanship, and I feel like the idea of a gentleman and, like, those old school men is that it's all about image. They always want to keep up this facade of, like, I am strong, I have everything under control, and that's why he uses that as a mask, and he doesn't completely show what he's feeling, but you know, that does come out every now and then. And I found it interesting how this was very subtle, but in the last episode, he's talking to his wife, and he's saying, I'm doing this for me and our son. And at first I thought it was all for him. You know, he wants to clear his father's name, but the fact that he said it's also for his son, I feel like in his mind, he can't open up until that chapter of his life is done. Closed. And until he finally gets the truth out. Like, okay, son, you have a good legacy. We are going to be fine. We're a good family. That type of thing.
Yeah, well, like, our name is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because right now his father is always tied to the necklace, always tied to that family. So he is trying to clear that from his legacy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Pro tip for the show, though, if you guys haven't watched it yet, watch it in French with the subtitles.
Yeah.
Because the dub is very bad.
The dub is so bad. I watched it with the dub because I started the show last night and I was just way too tired to change it. I was just like, I can't. But I love the show. Definitely recommend. Can't wait. The second part is coming out in the summer. It's been confirmed. And I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what tie it has to Money Heist, but I read an article that apparently this show was teased in the last season of Money Heist, and that's why people were so into it and looking forward to it.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe it's the same creators.
That vibe.
Money Heist vibes, yeah?
It definitely gave me Money Heist vibes.
Yeah, it might be the same producer, creator, something, but
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can't wait for that. Definitely go ahead and watch it, though. 1000% recommend. Oh, the guy that created this is also a writer for Killing Eve.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
I haven't watched Killing Eve, but I know you're obsessed.
Obsessed.
And a lot of other people that I know, too.
You would love it.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's so good. This is kind of giving that Killing Eve. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right.
We love it. We love Lupin.
Lupin.
Listen to it in French, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. It's time for tea.
Let's see what's up.
Okay, what's your first story?
So, we were talking about this in our little meeting before. We're not sure if we talked about Armie Hammer, but it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about him again today because there's new information. This story has been unfolding for a couple of weeks now, and it just gets weirder and weirder.
So weird.
Yeah, so if you don't know what's going on, a couple weeks ago, one of his ex-girlfriends came out to say that she was in a very, I don't want to call it abusive relationship, but concerning relationship with him.
Yeah, toxic.
Yeah, he is a dominant person in the bedroom. He's into some BDSM stuff. That's common knowledge. But what came out was that she released screenshots of their messages, and he would tell her things like, I want to cut you open.
And eat your ribs.
We're talking about cannibalism here.
Okay, so I think, like, I read the messages, and, like, they're weird, but I feel like people are also making this a very big deal.
Okay.
And, like, I don't know if I would take it seriously if somebody was like, I'm gonna eat your ribs. Like, I wouldn't think, like, my mind wouldn't immediately be like, oh, this is like, you literally want to cook me and eat my ribs.
Okay,
like,
so
like we eat ribs off of a pig. Like, I don't know, my mind doesn't go there.
So that was my initial thought, okay? Because I mean, I've read the erotic novels. I'm kind of like I know about BDSM a little bit,
right?
And it's definitely like on the scarier, like a crazy end of it, but it's not uncommon to like want to possess someone, like that to me is like a possession thing, like and knife play and that stuff, like you trust me so much and I own you that I'm gonna like do that type of thing. But new information has come out. A couple of his other ex-girlfriends have come out to say that this is what he's into, and it has gotten scary. The lines of consent have been blurred. One of them was on a podcast last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Sophia with an F, the girl that was on Call Her Daddy. And she opened up and she said that a lot of times things got scary with them, and he would do things that they didn't talk about beforehand. He branded her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She said that...
Was that something she consented to?
She did not agree to it. She was tied up. They were being intimate, and he like was playing with a knife with her, and he put his initials like on her like torso area, or like lower torso.
Interesting.
And she said that she was just so enamored by him because their relationship had gone so fast, and he was just so charming that she just
hot and heavy.
Yeah,
toxic.
She let him do a lot of things that she didn't really want to, and it's just crazy. She basically came out to say, I want to educate other people on these types of relationships, because just because someone is so hot and charming and successful, and like you think of yourself as less than them, you don't have to just do whatever they want.
Okay, so this is just like a thing.
Yeah. For
life that women tend to like. Women tend to say, like, I have standards, this is what I want, da-da-da-da. And then a guy will come along, and all of a sudden you're bending the rules, and you're making exceptions, and, oh, he did this, and, oh, he's like that. And you're what that baseline that you should be upholding for yourself, that you've put in place for yourself, all of a sudden gets very blurry. And that's where... like your standards need to hold strong. That's where you need to find, I don't know if it's the mental fortitude, strength, whatever, but to hold the line, so to say, no, this is unacceptable behavior. This is not something I'll tolerate. These are not things that I want in my life or around me. And women tend to just fall apart when it comes to men that they like, or are cute, or have money, or all of a sudden nothing really matters because I like him.
But he's Armie Hammer. But he's an A-list celebrity.
He loves me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. But he could be a crazy person. And she said that he would say certain things like, "Oh, I wanna eat you, I want to cut off your limbs." And at first she was just like, yeah, sure, like she didn't believe it. But then like there was a point where he was actually making plans to find a doctor in LA to like take out one of her ribs that she didn't need. You know how you can like remove ribs? He was like, I want to do this with you, and I want to consume you. And she said that that's when it started to get scary. She was just like, I thought this was a little jokey joke. And this was not a jokey joke.
That's crazy.
I know.
This story has really gone from, okay. Like, okay, at first everybody's like, he's a cannibal. And then he dropped out of the J-Lo movie and he's like gone off the grid. And I was like, this is a little extreme. Like, that isn't the approach that I would take. But now that it's been like really confirmed, like, oh, it's real. Like, oh, it makes sense that you're dropping out of the J-Lo movie and going off the grid. Like, that is just so crazy to me. He was in Rebecca. Like, we were just talking about him a couple episodes ago. Like,
and we love him. Yeah, it's just crazy. And at first I thought the response was a bit extreme too. I was like, okay, like he said some weird shit, whatever. Like our
men said weird things in bed. Whoop-de-doo. Like,
yeah, but the response actually matched the crime.
The accusation.
The accusations. That's why he reacted in that way. He knew some shit was coming.
That's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little weird.
It's very strange.
His ex-wife posted on her Instagram. This was her comment, her one and only comment. For weeks, I've been trying to process everything that has transpired. I am shocked, heartbroken, and devastated. Heartbreak aside, I am listening and will continue to listen and educate myself on these delicate matters. I didn't realize how much I didn't know. I support any victim of assault or abuse and urge anyone who has experienced this pain to seek help that he or she needs to heal. At this time, I will not be commenting further on this matter. My sole focus and intention will continue to be our children, my work, and on healing during this incredibly difficult time. Thanks for all the love and support, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand, like, what happened to her?
What do you mean?
Like, was she one of the people that obviously he did some things to her.
I think he was having affairs while they were together.
Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken,
I just think it's weird that she's taking this as a difficult time. Like, this isn't a difficult time for you. You're not with that man anymore.
Well, maybe she didn't know that he cheated on her because, I think the girl that was on the podcast said that he started messaging her when he was with his wife. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so maybe she didn't know.
These men, I tell you, they'll really put you through some shit.
Yeah, and then also, like, how would you feel if you found out your ex-boyfriend was, like, accused of sexual assault? I would be shook.
Oh, I would be shook,
and, like,
too.
if you have kids with them, it's like your kids are gonna hear about their dad doing that wild shit.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's sad. I would be sad.
Yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's the stuff I'm not into. Like, don't be trying to tie me up and cut me. No, put that away. Go put that back in the kitchen. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm good. But a lot of people like that shit. Like, I know Angelina Jolie likes crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like the knife play.
And the
it's just
blood
like,
and the this and the that.
What is appealing about the blood? Please explain. Because it's...
Her and what's his name? Billy Bob used to wear vials of each other's blood for a while.
That's sick.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
Very weird.
Yeah, but tell us something else. Tell us something nice. Do we have good news?
Okay, I want to talk about Lil Uzi Vert and his diamond third eye that he has gotten placed in his forehead.
Wait, what? When you said Lil Uzi Vert, I didn't know what I don't know what I thought when you said this, but I'm processing it now. He got a diamond implanted in his forehead.
Yes. He got a flawless pink diamond that is 11 carats, almost 2 million per carat. He's been paying it off to his jeweler over the past couple years.
What?
Yes, he started the payments in 2017. Yeah. And it's 11 carats. Sorry.
It's 11 carats.
I have to show you the picture. You haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. 11 carats is really big.
11 carat diamond. It is so, it's like gross. Like,
wait, but how do you implant 11 carats in your face?
You know how they do like a dermal piercing? It's like a huge dermal piercing, and he got it put in between his eyebrows on his forehead as like a third eye. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm showing Selena the picture. We will post it on the Instagram. If you haven't already seen this, you have to go.
Why does he look like he's going to Coachella?
Cece, when he first started posting this, it was like bloody and gross and disgusting.
Ew.
I don't know. This really freaks me out and grosses me out. And I think this is like the most excessive use of money that is just doesn't make any sense to me.
2 million per carat.
11 carats.
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Oh my gosh. Celebrities, y'all wildin' this week.
Like, what?
Y'all really wildin'. That is not a piece of news I was expecting.
I just thought it was so weird. And like, I am all for the diamonds, you know, bling me the fuck out. But
do you need it in your skin?
In your skin. In your face.
When he passes away, is it gonna stay?
I'm sure his body would decay and that would just be the only thing left.
Oh my gosh. These are the things I think about.
I didn't think that far because I
what's
feel like
gonna happen to the diamond when he dies?
in a year he's taking this down and turning this into a pinky ring. Like, that's it.
Ew, but then there'll be a hole.
I just don't know why he thought the face.
You can't take that out. There's always gonna be a big ass hole there.
Right. But like, to leave it in, like, how do you wash that? How does that heal also? What if it like keloids or something?
Ew.
Well, like, what if his skin doesn't heal correctly? Those are the questions I have. Like, what's up with your skin? And how do you wash it? Are you allowed to wash your face? Like, what happens now?
How fragile is it? Can someone just like grip it out?
Oh my God.
You guys should have seen the shiver that Adriana just had.
Oh my God. When I saw the pictures, I immediately like gagged. I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I just think it's nasty.
Well, I'll be praying for him that, you know, nobody tries to, like, do anything to him and that it heals well, because this concerns me.
Like, you know how when you leave earrings in for too long and you shower with them and they start to, like, smell and, like...
Ew.
You know, like, that, like, I need to clean my ears smell?
But I'm assuming that dermal piercings are different because they aren't like exposed to the air, at least like the bottom. I don't know how.
I feel like anything you have on your body, in your body, anywhere, you have to clean it in some fashion.
Yeah.
So how do you clean that? That's all I'm thinking of. How do you clean that?
I don't know. Anyways. We can't talk about this anymore. We have another sex scandal.
Okay, a sex scandal. Ooh.
Yes, Trey Songz.
Okay.
Trigger Trey.
Second week in a row talking about him. He's doing a lot right now. He needs to chill.
He needs to relax. So apparently he has a sex tape out. A sex tape of him was leaked. This is all alleged. We don't have his face in this video. We only have a voice that kind of sounds like him, but people are going crazy about it because his member is very large.
Well, we know that already, don't we?
I didn't know that.
I feel like I know that. I don't know why I know that, but I know that.
Perhaps. Maybe that's a thing.
I think so.
Just like when Justin Bieber's, well, he had photos leaked.
Yeah.
But now they're gone, but we just have the memory of like, okay, he's big.
Okay.
So yes, Trey Songz sex tape. It's all over Twitter, and people have started making memes out of it. They've been putting his songs to like the beat of him hooking up with this girl.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen the video, and it's wild.
It's wild? What
It's not like
wild?
it's not wild, but like
what are they doing?
They're not doing much. It's just like it's wild because it is very large.
Is it like, what's he doing? Is he just like giving back shots? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah. He's just doing that.
Okay. I don't know. Celebrity sex tapes, are those like, are we still excited about that?
I mean, I think if it's good. Like when Jay Alvarez's sex tape got leaked.
Who's that?
He's he was like one of the first Instagram influencers. He was dating Alexis Ren. You don't know nothing about this couple, but they are a big deal. We've talked about this before. The fact that you don't know who they are. Anyways, his sex tape got leaked and it was a big deal because his was big too. So, I don't know. We're moving into an age of, we've talked about this too, but like everyone has an OnlyFans. Nobody cares if celebrities' pictures are out there.
Yeah. Like I think Tyga has an OnlyFans and I saw a video of him and I was like, whoa, okay, Tyga. No, he was by himself.
This is weird.
Yep. I was like, okay, Tyga. All right, I see you. Yeah.
Wow.
I just think it's a little weird.
Maybe he's getting ready to launch an OnlyFans.
No, I think he has an OnlyFans. Like, I think
I'm talking about Trey Songz.
Oh, maybe.
He's not doing much lately, except for scandals.
Because the other day, remember he was like accused of rape?
Yes, I remember those allegations.
Yeah, like he needs to lay low.
We had like a source for those allegations.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Because it happened in Miami, one of the alleged assaults. Yeah, and everybody knows everybody here. Yeah, but what else do you...
I don't know. Celebrity culture is just very weird.
It's weird right now.
It's gotten weird.
The simulation's broken.
You know that video of Nene on Real Housewives, and she's like, it's getting weird. Like, it's getting really weird.
Yes.
Like, that's how I just feel about life. Like, it's getting weird.
Yeah.
And my next story this is a perfect segue. So the Weeknd has revealed why he's been walking around in bandages.
Okay.
For almost a year now. Since he began promoting his album, the star has worn an outfit complete with a red blazer, black leather gloves, and most notably, artificial bruising and a fully bandaged face. The significance of the entire head bandages is reflecting on the absurd culture of Hollywood celebrity and people manipulating themselves for superficial reasons to please and be validated. It's all a progression, and we watch this character's storyline hit heightened levels of danger and absurdity as his tale goes on. So that's kind of like the journey he's taken us on. And did you see when his last video?
And he was like super...
Implants.
Yes.
In the bruising. So it's basically it's his interpretation of what what the women on social media have deemed as attractive and how absurd it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay.
I hate performance art. My unpopular opinion is that I really hate performance art, especially like when it tries to make like a social commentary. I think it's so pretentious. I think nobody gets it.
Well, yeah. I think nobody gets it because he didn't explain it.
No, but even when it's explained, it's just like, oh, okay. Like, if it's art and we're supposed to appreciate it and like it's supposed to make us feel something, but the whole time you were doing it, we were all just confused.
I know.
What was the reason?
Because at the American Music Awards, when he came with the bandaged up face, everybody was like, I remember that night on Twitter, and everybody was like, bandaged face needs to go and get off of the stage. Like, nobody was feeling it.
And also, it doesn't make sense for The Weeknd. You know, he came out and he was singing about effing bitches and getting money, and now he's talking about celebrity and how absurd it's become.
I just think, okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I don't get the hype for The Weeknd. Like, I think he's so overrated.
I don't like him either.
I'm just like not a fan. You know, I think he makes good music. I think his voice is cute, whatever. But like, he's not the second coming of Michael Jackson. Please stop lying. Like, just stop it.
Yeah,
That's one. Two, something like this needs to be dropped all at once. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't have the attention span or the knowledge anymore, like, to be able to consume this over months of a time. Like, this needed to be, here is my album, here is a group of videos, here is this, like, commentary on celebrity culture and plastic surgery and just that whole thing.
And I just feel like this is so done. Like, you know how many guys in LA make music complaining about how superficial the women in LA are? Like, you're not being iconic.
It's nothing new.
It's not.
Also, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I just don't feel like he's explained this enough.
Definitely not.
So it's like, it's lost all meaning, and now I'm just annoyed because you've walked around looking crazy.
Yeah.
But I do think he has a point, because I actually posted it, like, an Instagram story rant like 2 days ago, like, talking about this exact same thing. Mm-hmm. Because I do feel like we're moving to a place of just mental illness that has run rampant in the age of Instagram. And like, the whole concept of like the Instagram face. I don't know if you read that article by Vanity Fair. Like, I think it was last year. It was like the age of the Instagram face. It might not be Vanity Fair. It's somebody.
I don't think so.
And they were talking about like the composite of what has now been deemed a beautiful face. And it's like that Instagram Bella Hadid, Kylie Jenner, high cheekbones, pulled back eyes, cat eye, like really angular chin, big lips. Like there's like it's like drawing references from all these different cultures and facial structures. And the fact that every single person on the planet right now wants to look like that, to me, is a mental illness. In like 30 years, like, psychologists will come out with their studies and their papers, and they're going to be like, this is this issue. Like, I don't know what it's going to be called, but I do think it's totally weird that everybody wants to look like that. It's more than just like the rise and fall of trends and what is popular for a time period. Like, this is not just like a pixie haircut like in the 20s.
Yeah.
This has gone like way further than that. And I do think like mentally we haven't fully like understood what's happening because we're in the midst of it. So I do appreciate this commentary. I just wish it was done in like by a different artist, one, and in a different way.
By a different artist and in a different way. I see what you mean. I guess when you think about it like that, it's not that pretentious. I just feel like a lot of performance art comes from like personal experience. But if you do think about it, and we were even talking about this the other day with the bodies.
The body type.
Yeah, the body type. Like
the small, tiny waist, the huge curved out hips that nobody in nature has. I'm sorry.
It's a cultural phenomenon. And I feel like it's a lot more people, and correct me if I'm wrong, like have body dysmorphia because of this. We're just shown all day like bodies that are not natural,
and it's being masked as I'm an individual and I can make choices for myself and my body to make to improve my look for whatever reason I want to. And it's like,
which I agree with,
but I think it's coming from a place of like, I'm going to do this because I feel empowered, and we're not really looking under the hood of what that actually means and what that's actually being built off of. And I think that is a huge problem. Like, again, don't go on reality TV when you need therapy. Don't go cut open your body and completely change who you are and what you look like instead of going to therapy. Like, I think there's some serious mental issues that are going on right now in like a vast majority of our culture and people, women especially, but the men are catching up to us. Like, there are men that are cutting open their faces, getting lipo, like going to doctors and getting as much plastic surgery as women are now. and that's becoming more and more popular for them, especially on like the coastal cities, huge like metropolitan cities. But in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, it will be interesting to see like the psychological studies that come out of it, right? What's happening right now, I think. I don't know. I'm just bored. Like, you guys actually want to look like each other? I just think that's so weird.
It is weird.
I can understand like, oh, that girl has like a nice butt. I wonder if I can work out to have a nice butt too. But then working out to say like, now my body looks great for me. But I think it's weird to be like, I want those hips. And then to go out and get those exact same hips. Like, I don't know. The concept of that is like so strange to me. Like, your whole squad of friends. Like, I was telling you this the other day.
Like, Kylie and Stassi are built the same.
Yeah, and so is Ariel and Larsa and Kim and Chloe and Malika and like the whole squad. Every single person they're around looks the exact same. That's not weird. Like, what
it's a little
internally are they thinking as like the person that is like the blueprint, and then how does the person that's like copying feel? I don't know. I just think it's very weird.
It is weird, but the Weeknd's little thing, it feels like it came from a hurt place. He has
sense.
He has no winnings, no future. So I hope you guys got the Mama Elsa joke. Yes. No wings, no future.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wish he had done this differently. But I do think it's an interesting conversation to have, and I don't think enough people are having it.
His definitely came from like Bella left me though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He's like, you went and like have changed your face essentially, and now I'm mad.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe I just have a unhealthy view of like men, and I think that they're all trash, because I just feel like why is he commenting on this? It has to have come from like a weird place.
Yeah, I do think there's a little bit of that as well at play here. But I do think it's an interesting conversation, and I think it's something to think about. Like, even like the use of like the weird Instagram filters, like
for sure,
that distorts people. Now you can't take a picture without a filter on your face. You can't be seen without makeup. Like, you know, you sleep at a guy's house and you're running out the door before you can wash your face. Like, you know, there's a level of like, and I hate to even say this because men are always saying like makeup is deception, but like, there has to be a level of comfort in just who you are plainly that's there. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a bad bitch, because we're on that bad bitch level. And, you know, always leveling up. But, you know, there's just like a level of like balance that I think should be there.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, all of our younger listeners, and this is a side conversation for another time, but I feel like also younger men, they already have unrealistic expectations and of like beauty, because they did grow up like looking at these girls on Instagram that have fake faces, fake bodies. It's like yeah, I have noticed that with the younger men I've dated. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's weird.
They
think that that's how women look. Yes. All the Instagram baddies that they're following, and then it's like no girl that they meet in real life, like a real girl that's natural, is gonna like be enough for them.
And you know what's also weird? It's like half of those girls don't even actually look like that, because they're using filters, they're photoshopping their pictures, and it's just like a really vicious cycle of unrealistic expectations. Yeah. On both ends, it's like, I don't look like that. How can I look like that? What should I do? You don't look like that. Now you're a catfish. You know, it's like this seesaw of just like, none of this is real. Like, come back to reality. Clearly, I feel very strongly about this. And I think it's, you know, something to think about.
Yeah, and then do you have another piece of news? I have one last piece.
No, that's it for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna end the pod off on a good note. Nicole TV, aka Kayla Nicole, had her baby. And she's so funny. She posted a picture of the baby on her chest and she said, "We did it, Joe."
I did see that.
Yeah, I thought it was so cute, so funny. We love her as a mom.
And then did you see the other one with like the picture of the baby with the fake teeth?
No.
She like photoshopped like grown teeth onto the baby,
gosh.
and it just made it look so weird, but it was so funny.
She's just so goofy, and like if you guys watch any of her videos during her pregnancy, you know what I'm talking about, because she's a very skinny girl.
Yeah.
And the only fat that she had was like on her stomach, so she would like do these weird dances, like twerk, and then the belly would jiggle. It's just like she's just so funny to me, and it's weird to think of her as a mom, but like I'm happy that she's happy.
How old is she?
I think she's 19, 20.
Wow, she's young.
Yeah, something like that.
That's cute.
But her and her man seem like happy, and they're
Good for her,
engaged,
bro.
so you know,
Good
cute.
for her. Happy.
Yeah.
Mazel.
She's gonna be such a funny mom.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the TVNT podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to us wherever you are listening, whether that's Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, you know, all the places. And wherever you're listening to us, please go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. Tell us something nice. And if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and to give this video a thumbs up. And we will be back next Friday with another episode to serve up the tea on the latest TV and pop culture news. Bye, guys.
Bye.